doctor, which we managed to get personal doctor. That was still on 28th of March. So my uncle asked me, can we go back to Nairobi? I told my uncle, I'm going nowhere. Mind you, I left my house. I didn't tell anybody where I was going. I didn't even inform my neighbors. I didn't even call the school to tell them that I'm not around. It's good to live with people well. So when my son came back from school, one of my neighbors took him in because waliona siko sirudi kutoka kazi because tunatoka kazi 5. Then they called. I told them I'm not around. My brother is unwell. Then later on, I called a friend now to come and pick my son. So on that day, that 28th night, Nelson, I didn't sleep. My brother akwailala. My brother couldn't recognize me, but he could recognize his son's name. My brother loved his son, hata kama he was 2 months. My brother alikuwa na fight mpaka anafungwa because hajijui damu ishaingia. But we were lied to. We were told it's just a minor clot. My brother will recover. So I spent the night with him. I was talking to him, telling him our memories, just the way tumekuwa tukiishi, just the two of us, the connection we had. So the following day, we spent the whole day. The friends came. My brother had friends. He had friends. He was a man of people. Friends came. So that 29th evening, I asked my cousin to come now, to travel from Nairobi, to come to Nairobi, to Nakuru, to look after him since I left nobody with my son. Then he came. Nelson, I left the hospital around 9 at night. I headed to Nakuru town. I took a matatu. I didn't go far. Gari lienda like 10 minutes. Something told me no, you're not going back to Nairobi. Go back to Nakuru. Go back to the hospital. Nikambia Dede nisukishe. Dede was like, kwa nini unashuka? Kwa nini unashuka? I told him no, I need to go back. Nilishuka, I took motorbike. The moment Soja aliniona, Soja aliniambia, thank God you are back. You know me, I connect with people so fast. By hiyo time nilikuwa tuko, I had already connected with people. Hata hao mama wa kuosha, I had already connected with them. In fact, kuna mama mmoja, she's a Lejo Maria lady, mama. She will come and pray with us at night akikuja kuosha. Angekuwa nakuja msichana and tunaomba and all that. So when I went, this was on 29th night. I went, my brother nikampata alikuwa ameanza kuconverse. My brother was conversing. My cousin was so helpless, hajui kitu ya kufanya. Nelson, when I reached, I asked the nurses what's happening. They told me they don't know. If my brother could just cough the blood, I will be full of blood. I asked them, what can you do? Nelson, I called the doctor.
Sorry, ma'am.
I can't even count how many times I called this doctor. He never picked my call. The sisters also tried to call the doctor.
Can you pick up the phone?
Some people are heartless. He never picked the calls. I told the sisters, I need a transfer. Give me my brother. I need to take my brother to Nairobi. I need to take him to Nairobi because I didn't know hospitals like Nairobi Women, Nairobi hospitals exist in Nakuru because I've never left there. I called one of his friends. I told him, come right now. The guy came in the middle of night. The sister, now the nurses, called anasimamia at that hospital. This guy akamjibu, I cannot release a patient without authority wa daktari yako kwa mikono yake. I asked the sister, the doctor is not picking. This is somebody's life. We need to save his life. To no vein. One of the nurses took me to their changing room now.
Yeah.
Closed the door. Held my hand. Started praying. We prayed. We prayed. Around 2 at night, one of the sisters came and injected my brother. That's how my brother hakuconverse tena. I could feel his heartbeat. Then akaingiza pipe kwa mapua zake, trying to drain that blood. Do you know, my brother's face had already started turning, how do I say, unaonanga damu ikiclot. That's how my brother's face ilikuwa inakaa. But you know, me, I have never experienced such a thing. I don't know nothing about it. So they were like, he gonna be okay. Sorry, guys.
Okay, it's okay. It's okay, sis. By the way, our VoTV family and everyone who's watching, just feel free to share a message of love. Those who are showing love, thank you. It's a tough story. She's telling this story after 5 years. You know, now she has the courage to talk about it 5 years. And this is just so painful. So let's just keep on listening. And the story of Evans, Carolyne's brother, who died 5 years ago. Let's go.
So around 3 in the morning, I called my uncle, the last born. I told him, Uncle, I want to hear right now. If you have means to come, please, I need you here right now. My uncle told me, I'm coming. But right now I can't go to town to get a mat. But very early in the morning, I'll be there. By 5, my uncle was in the hospital. That was the first time he was seeing my brother. Because remember, I went with the eldest uncle.
Yeah.
Now I called the youngest to come.
One, yeah.
Yeah. He also tried to convince the nurses. He also tried to call the doctor. To no vein. So, do you know, doctor came around 11 and he said he was in a meeting the whole night. You are a doctor, you expect a call anytime. So, do you know what he told me? He told me, huyu atakuwa tu sawa, amelala, ataamka. Ni nguvu tu ameishiwa. You people take him to ICU. Those people who know our next hospital, there's a certain hospital just ni fence imegawanisha. It's a Hindi hospital. I went there to ask for ICU for them to admit my brother. They needed 200,000 immediately.
Jesus.
We pleaded with my uncle. We told them, for now we have 50. Please admit him. Then we work on the rest with time, because it was like 100 per day. They refused to admit my brother because,
They have the
yeah,
money.
something like that, benches. They refused. People are wicked out here. Now, a certain doctor just advised us, like, the best thing is you people to take him back again to level 5 hospital for ICU. I tried to refuse, but what could I do? So they organized ambulance for us. Again, before they admit him to ICU, you have to do another scan. Mind you, my brother is helpless, just lying there.
Jesus.
Again, they did another scanning. We sent the papers. Now his friends, now this was on 30th daytime. His friends from Kisumu, Eldoret, Kisii, who heard that he was involved into an accident, came. Do you know Nelson, this guy who caused accident? I don't know the guy until today. Even the guy to appear and say that accident happened, I was with him, he never showed up. He never. So people started seeing my brother,
Jesus.
and I told one of the friends and my uncle, since I started being with my brother, I've never eaten anything. So can we go in town, since people are around here, and try and get something? One of the friends said okay. So we went, me, my uncle, and some of the friends, to at least eat something. It was Swahili dishes in Nakuru. So tumefika hivi, tumeorder, we wanna start eating. Anka napigiwa simu. Anko kupigiwa simu, akaambiwa you guys rudini, kujeni saizi. We were lied to. My brother was being taken to theater. We came. This was around 6 in the evening. We signed papers. And now we were told nobody is allowed to see him until the following day around 6. So you guys go home. He's in safe hands. That was the time my brother was taken out of machine. But we didn't know. We went home, leaving my brother there, helpless, maybe dead,
Jesus.
but we were never told. So the following day, 31st March, it was on Sunday, just like yesterday. Again, I asked my cousin, you do this, you go. It was 6. You go check on my brother. Let me rush to Nairobi. Mtoto wangu hajafuliwa uniform maybe. Let me rush to Nairobi. See my son. I'll come later in the evening. Again, I went to town, nikachukua gari. Hata sikufika like 30 minutes away. I saw my cousins phone call. Nelson, my body shivered. Singeweza receive simu. I was shaking. Nimekaa pale mbele kwa dere. I was shaking. But sija receive hata simu. I received the phone call. My cousin was a guy. He was so strong enough. He just asked me, hey sis, how far are you? I told him I'm not far. Akaniambia, please come back. That's when I started crying. I was telling driver, nisukishe. The driver was no. Nisukishe, it was a highway. I remember. Then people started telling the driver, sukisha huyu msichana, naona vile analia, msukishe arudi, msukishe. I can't tell you how I crossed that barabara. How I managed to get a boda, I don't know. Kufika. Because my cousin had lied to me that my brother want to talk to me, want to see me. Kufika, nikakutana na cousin yangu. Kumbe my uncle had already amefika. And that day, the mother to now, the lady who was with my brother, she also had traveled that 30th to come and see my brother for the first time. They have never met. They always just talk on phone. Which unfortunately she didn't manage to see her because she arrived at night. Kama tushaambiwa kuna mtu wa kuingia. So nikapata hao pia wamefika. So mi kufika, I met my cousin. And my cousin looked at me. And the hardest part, he told me, take heart. I will never forget Nelson. I told him, no. Why are you telling me to take heart? We were told my brother was going for surgery.
That's right.
I rushed inside ICU, Nelson. My brother was covered in a white sheet. Mpaka kwa kichwa. Nilifunua brother yangu. He couldn't talk to me. He couldn't look at me. He couldn't breathe again. Do you know how hurting that is? Nelson, some people do things without knowing these people have family. He was the only sibling I had. As we never saw our mom, we never met our father. But my brother was the only person who believed in me.
Mom, what happened, Carol? What happened to your mom and your dad?
I never had a chance to know about it. What I know, my mama died. I always see her grave. My dad, I don't know.
Jesus Christ.
But someday I'll ask questions. But I don't know.
Jesus.
Nelson, I've never been in a morgue. I've never been in a mortuary. I will go to mortuary daily. Nakuru level 5. That's where we kept our brother. Daily. I will go daily to talk to my brother. Just to tell him to wake up, to come back to me. And his son, you know.
Jesus.
Mimi hata sahii siogopi mochari. Siogopi. Nilikuwa naenda kila siku. Nilikuwa naweza danganya watu kwa nyumba. That I'm going to town, Nakuru town. But no,
Like you're gonna share. You go check your brother
I will
and
divert
then also.
too. Yes. I had the best boss. He told me, take your time. I took 1 month off.
Jesus.
Nelson, people do say, uta heal